They cannot wear gold jewelry, zodiac signs with bad energy. There are people who wear gold, and it begins to tarnish. Earrings break, chains snap, stones crack for no reason. This is no coincidence. It is energy that does not accept the shine of the noble metal. Some zodiac signs carry such a strong internal flow that gold becomes not a talisman for them, but a trap. It absorbs their tension, begins to burn from an excess of power, and over time begins to suck out their luck. Such people notice that as soon as they put on a gold ring, their day falls apart, with arguments, loss of money, and broken plans. And this is not a myth, because in the world of energies, there is a balance. Not everyone has the right to wear the metal of the sun. In this video, I will tell you who is strictly forbidden to wear gold and why they attract trouble through it. If you have ever felt that your jewelry seems to press or disappear, watch carefully, as this may be a warning. Subscribe now so you don't miss out on the real reasons, and find out if you are wearing your misfortune around your neck. The first sign is Aquarius. There are signs whose energy is so unstable that even precious metals react to it. Aquarius is one of them. Its inner strength moves in waves, sometimes rising to great heights, sometimes falling into the abyss of doubt. And gold, the metal of the sun, is unable to withstand these fluctuations. It absorbs Aquarius's excess energy, begins to darken, dim, and sometimes even cause feelings of anxiety or irritation in the wearer. In the hands of others, it shines, but on the body of an Aquarius, it loses its life, as if their inner light is stronger than the gold itself. This sign belongs to the category of people who unconsciously influence space. Their minds are overloaded with ideas, their emotions rarely have limits, and the flow of thoughts does not stop day or night. This energy creates a kind of electrical background around the body. When gold, a conductor of power, is added to it, the system begins to overload. As a result, Aquarians often notice that the jewelry they love gets lost, broken, or simply disappears without explanation. This is no accident. It is the metal's reaction to their excess energy. They are better off avoiding gold rings, chains, and earrings, especially those with a massive shape. Such thing can turn their natural creativity into chaos. Gold attracts the emotional dust that Aquarius radiates in moments of despair or excessive excitement. That's when people of this sign become vulnerable. Their concentration decreases. They get insomnia, headaches, and self-dissatisfaction. And all this is only because gold starts to intensify their inner conflicts. If you look closely, you can see that Aquarius is a person of contrasts. Their aura changes color depending on their mood, and even material things are subject to this change. Therefore, any metal that has an excessively active vibration comes into conflict with them. Gold is fire, stable, warm energy. Aquarius is air, movement, change, impulse. Their elements cannot merge because neither will submit to the other. Therefore, gold is not a decoration for Aquarius. It is conflict in material form. When representatives of this sign do wear gold, they begin to experience inexplicable disruptions in their lives. They lose inspiration, their plans fall through, and their friends begin to drift away. Sometimes this manifests itself even in small things: a broken phone, a lost key, a burnt-out lamp. These are all consequences of the tension between their electrical nature and gold, which cannot withstand such a frequency. Instead, silver, platinum, or even copper are suitable for them. These metals are capable of absorbing excess energy and calming the turbulent flows in Aquarius. Jewelry with a white sheen has a particularly beneficial effect. It does not compete with their natural light, but rather gently reflects it. Aquarius often strives to look different from everyone else, emphasizing their individuality, but this is where the risk lies. The desire to be unique forces them to choose precious gold, not knowing that it reduces their true potential. Gold makes them more down to earth, heavier, and blocks their ability to see ahead. A person who has vision and thinks more broadly than others begins to feel limited. And this is not a psychological barrier. It is an energetic compression that gradually steals confidence. It is especially dangerous for Aquarians to wear gold chains around their necks. This is the area where their energy flow of connection with the world passes. When gold touches this area, they often experience voice problems, difficulty expressing their thoughts, and misunderstandings in communication. The person seems to lose their own wavelength and begins to sound false, even in sincere words. That is why many Aquarians feel tired after conversations or public speeches, not realizing that the reason may be gold accessories. It is also worth paying attention to how the body reacts. Aquarians may notice that gold darkens on their fingers, leaves marks, or simply feels cold, even when others say it is warm. This is a physical signal of incompatibility. They need more space, more air in their own energy field, and gold makes them heavy, constrained, and anxious, holding back inspiration like a burden. The worst thing Aquarius can do is use gold as a status symbol. This will only increase their vulnerability. They are not made for show, but for ideas. And when the glitter of metal comes to the fore instead of their inner light, the balance is destroyed. Then the light that was supposed to shine from within goes out, and emptiness takes its place. Aquarius's energy is a space of movement, and gold, which requires stability, simply cannot keep up with this pace. Therefore, it is better for them to leave this metal to others and seek harmony in that which does not restrict. Their strength is revealed through lightness, through purity of thought, through freedom from material dependence. And while others seek radiance in jewelry, the true light of Aquarius always comes from within. The second sign is Sagittarius. There are people whose inner strength is so powerful that no metal can contain it. Sagittarius is one of those whose energy works like a flame, bright, unpredictable, sometimes blessed, sometimes destructive. Gold, which requires stability, balance, and constant warmth, cannot withstand this fire. It reacts to Sagittarius's fluctuations as if it were alive. It dims, darkens, causes inner turmoil or even painful fatigue. When this sign wears gold, a strange tension begins to appear in its life, as if everything around it becomes too serious, heavy, joyless. Sagittarius is a sign of action. Its energy is a rush, movement, pressure, striving for great goals. And gold does not like speed. It is a metal of accumulation, a symbol of calm, power, and stability. These two entities contradict each other. When Sagittarius wears gold jewelry, it is as if they are forcing themselves to stand still. Their energy begins to slow down, flashes of inspiration fade, and faith in their own strength dissolves in the shadow of doubt. Gold seems to take away part of their inner fire, making them warm but powerless, like heat without flame. That is why Sagittarians who wear gold so often complain of a strange loss of motivation. A person seems to want to act, but every step is difficult, every decision is accompanied by fatigue. This is not a coincidence, it is the result of an energy contradiction. Gold grounds what should fly, And everything that should lift Sagittarius up begins to press him to the ground. Another danger is that gold provokes excessive pride in Sagittarius. Their inner fire turns into self-love, and they feel the need to prove their superiority, show their status, and demonstrate their power. But this is artificial energy, not the kind that nourishes, but the kind that exhausts. Sagittarius loses his simplicity and sincerity, and with them, the luck that always comes to him when he acts from the heart. Gold also affects his communication. When this sign wears massive gold chains or rings, his words lose their sincerity. They become sharp but meaningless, confident but without wisdom. At such moments, those around them feel tension, and even friends begin to distance themselves. This is not because of character, but because of energy. Gold amplifies the ego, reducing warmth. On a physical level, such jewelry can cause fatigue, low blood pressure, and bouts of irritability. Some Sagittarians even notice that gold quickly tarnishes or leaves a dark mark on the skin, a sign of energy overload. Their fire is stronger than the properties of the metal, so it simply cannot withstand contact. Sagittarians should pay attention to jewelry made of cold metals, silver, platinum, or steel. They do not extinguish their energy, but on the contrary, stabilize it. Silver amulets, stones with a matte sheen, and blue or green shades are especially beneficial. They cool excessive fervor, preventing Sagittarius's energy from getting out of control. The problem with gold for this sign is not only physical incompatibility, but also internal symbolism. Sagittarius is a seeker of truth, a traveler, a philosopher who does not tolerate restrictions. And gold symbolizes completion, frozen success, a limit. When he wears this metal, his natural curiosity gradually disappears, and with it, his sense of freedom. A person becomes cautious, rational, but loses their spirit of adventure. That is why even the most successful Sagittarians, who begin to adorn themselves with gold, eventually feel that something is wrong. Ideas do not inspire, trips do not bring joy, victories do not evoke emotions. They need lightness, movement, space, everything that gold blocks. When a Sagittarius wears this metal, their life flow becomes thick and heavy, like molten wax. It stops burning evenly and starts to smoke. Even those around them feel it. A strange tension appears around Sagittarius wearing gold, as if the air becomes thicker. People either gravitate toward them with interest, or conversely feel the need to move away. Gold provokes an excess of control in Sagittarius. He tries to keep the situation under control, not allowing events to flow naturally. This leads to emotional exhaustion. His strongest quality, belief in his own destiny, turns into a need to prove everything with logic, and that's when he loses the magic that makes him special. There is one more detail that only the attentive notice. Gold disturbs Sagittarius's sleep. After a day of wearing jewelry, it is more difficult for them to fall asleep, and they have restless dreams, sometimes even nightmares. This is because gold does not allow his energy to cool down. The fire continues to burn inside, exhausting the nervous system. To maintain balance, Sagittarius should replace gold with natural materials, leather, wood, stone, fabric. They do not conflict with his element, allowing the fire to shine rather than burn. Jewelry should be light, without excessive shine. Then it will emphasize natural charisma rather than artificial power. Gold is not made for those born under the sign of constant motion. And although Sagittarius often wants sparkle to emphasize their status, the true power of this sign is not in metal, but in its inner flame. When they free themselves from the golden shackles, the world around them begins to respond again. Ideas come easily, events unfold on their own, and the people around them feel warmth rather than pressure. Gold for Sagittarius is like a mirror that shows not greatness, but limitations. And so, in order to preserve the freedom of spirit, it is worth leaving this metal behind. Its true brilliance will never be in jewelry. It is in the gaze, in the determination, in the inner fire that does not need any gold to shine. The third sign is Capricorn. Every Capricorn has a cold discipline and a tense inner spring that does not allow energy to escape gently. It accumulates inside, like stone pressure in the depths of the mountains, and any metal that comes into contact with this field experiences distortion. Gold, which absorbs and reflects energy waves, does not purify Capricorn, but rather creates an internal resonance that causes the entire system to tremble. That is why shiny gold chains, rings, and signets for this sign become not jewelry, but a trap that activates an excess of rigid, dry power. It does not radiate warmth, but only intensifies control, coldness, and the desire to dominate, making a person detached from the world. Capricorn's energy is heavy and structured, like basalt. It does not like anything soft, and gold, with its living pulsation, conflicts with this hardness. A person may begin to lose their peace of mind, experiencing strange bouts of fatigue or irritability for no reason, because metal, instead of harmonizing, fuels ambition to the point of exhaustion. Capricorns who wear gold seem to test themselves, testing their limits of endurance. But over time, this leads to a breakdown. Speech, gestures, even glances become sharp, and people feel pressure that they try to avoid. Their field is filled with a dull hum of power that brings loneliness. The most dangerous thing is gold around the neck or wrists. Where the main energy channels pass, it blocks natural circulation. Because of this, Capricorn may experience strange internal constrictions, as if his strength does not come out, but is locked up, creating tension that is difficult to relieve even physically. For this sign, it is better to choose metals with an earth code, silver, platinum, steel, or tin elements. They neutralize rigidity without feeding fanaticism for control. Even black agate or obsidian combined with steel have a softer effect than pure gold. When Capricorn gives up gold, their energy becomes calm and balanced, and they begin to feel reality more deeply, without unnecessary armor. People around them feel not coldness, but confidence. Nature gives them back their true power, restrained but alive, requiring no external glitz. Because at the core of their essence is not gold, but stone, not brilliance, but silence, not luxury, but stability. And when they let go of their need for gold, their aura becomes purer, and their gaze warmer. Then success comes without stress, because energy begins to flow freely, unrestrained by the glittering shackles of his own ambitions. His strength lies in his rejection of glamour, in minimalism, in freedom from metal shackles. For Capricorn, gold is like the temptation of power that leads not forward but downward, into stone immobility. Only when he frees himself from this glitter does the world cease to resist, and something appears in his life that cannot be bought for any amount of money, inner peace, which is stronger than any material sign of status. The fourth sign is Gemini. Gemini have a mobile, light, but chaotic energy. It pulsates, changing directions like the wind that knows no boundaries. This chaos gives rise to their sharpness, wit, and ability to maneuver, but also to instability. Gold is too dense a metal for Gemini, which tries to fix what is by nature constantly changing. When this sign wears gold jewelry, it seems to lose some of its flexibility. The brain works at the same speed, but words become sharp, emotions become fragmented, and inner balance is disturbed. Gold provokes hyperactivity of thoughts in Gemini. They begin to ponder things that make no sense, waste energy on trifles, and gradually fatigue overtakes the body, even though the mind still strives for movement. In their case, this metal acts as an excessive stimulant. It does not harmonize, but creates a short circuit between the mind and body. The person becomes nervous, restless, irritable. They lose the intuitive clarity that previously allowed them to easily navigate crowds and sense other people's intentions. Gold blocks this natural antenna because its density interferes with the free exchange of energies. The body reacts with slight internal tension, as if the entire system were under the influence of microfrequencies that cause insomnia or a strange feeling of anxiety. The most dangerous for Gemini are massive gold jewelry, especially on the fingers and neck. They disrupt the microcirculation of energy on which the ease of thinking depends. Gradually, a person begins to feel that their thoughts are becoming heavier, decisions are being made more slowly, and their wit seems to be fading. This is not magic. It is the physics of energy, which is incompatible with the brilliance of gold. Gemini need air and light, not metal reflections. Transparent or cold materials are best suited for this sign. Silver, glass, quartz, mother of pearl. They do not compress energy, but disperse it, allowing the mind to flow freely. Such people immediately become clear-headed, their voice becomes calm, and their gestures become natural. Without gold, Gemini find a balance between the speed of thought and inner silence. They begin to hear themselves more deeply, noticing details that were previously lost in the noise. Their field is cleansed, and in its place comes a harmony that gold cannot provide. Because for Gemini, the main thing is movement, freedom, and transparency of intentions, not ostentatious glitz. And the less metal around them, the more the main quality of this sign manifests itself: the ability to convey information without distortion, with ease and clarity. When they take off their gold, there seems to be more air around them, more space for ideas. People are drawn to them because they feel light, not pressure. And then Gemini once again become what they are meant to be: a living current that moves thought forward rather than a mirror in which their own energy is lost. They do not need gold, words, breath, and the purity of their inner fire, which cannot tolerate heavy metals on their bodies, are enough for them. The fifth sign is Cancer. Cancer belongs to those whose energy is too deep, changeable, and sensitive to bear the weight of gold. Two forces are constantly at war within this sign: cold intuition and hot emotion. When gold touches Cancer's skin, it begins to draw out excess emotions, like a conductor amplifying every surge of feeling. But for this sign, it is not a gift, but a curse. Gold provokes internal overheating. Thoughts begin to get confused, moods change for no reason, and decisions become impulsive. A Cancer who wears gold jewelry becomes vulnerable. They lose the ability to distinguish between what is real and what is imaginary. Their sensitivity, which has always been a protection, turns into a weakness. It is like a mirror in which they look every day and see not themselves, but their fears, multiplied by the brilliance of the precious metal. Gold intensifies memories, so Cancer, who often lives in the past, begins to sink into it even deeper. Each chain around their neck reminds them of something unfinished. Each ring squeezes their fingers, as if tying them to something they should have let go of long ago. Gold does not allow Cancer to forget. It ties them to old feelings, people, and situations. That is why many representatives of this sign complain of fatigue when wearing gold jewelry. Energy stagnates, the heart constricts, and breathing becomes shallow. It seems to them that the world is getting heavier, although in reality it is only their energy that is getting heavier. For Cancer, gold is not a symbol of luxury, but a trap in which their emotions swirl until they fade away. This metal has too powerful a vibration of the sun, and Cancer belongs to the shadows, to the depths, to everything that needs coolness. When the solar energy of gold meets the watery nature of this sign, it creates dissonance, like boiling in calm water. Instead of harmony, there is internal pressure, headaches, insomnia, or a strange feeling that something is pressing from within. Cancer may not understand the reason, but it is simple. Gold amplifies the emotion that it needs to curb, not nurture. It fuels resentment, fears, suspicions, and makes it doubt people even more. Even in communication with loved ones, tension arises. Words seem sharper than they are, and glances seem foreign. Gold transforms their sensitivity into a perception of pain rather than beauty. Cancer needs metals that absorb energy rather than radiate it: silver, platinum, steel. They give them a sense of security, cool their inner fire, and stabilize their mood. Silver, for example, acts as a mirror that reflects excess emotions, leaving only calmness. Gold does the opposite. It concentrates all emotional waves in the heart until it begins to beat unevenly. This is why Cancer, who constantly wears gold, often has problems with blood pressure, sleep, or mood swings. Their body is trying to say, "Take away what is not yours." When they take off their gold, jewelry, in just a few days they feel relief, clarity of thought, and lightness in their chest. This is not a coincidence. It is the restoration of energy balance. Gold is also dangerous for Cancer because it feeds their ego. And this sign naturally seeks care and tenderness, not arrogance. When gold amplifies pride, Cancer loses touch with their true essence. They become harsh, withdrawn, even cold. People begin to distance themselves, not realizing that it is not the character that is to blame, but the metal that changes its energy. In moments of weakness, gold pushes it to drama, to words that it later regrets. And then, loneliness again, attempts to understand why everything went wrong. Cancer cannot wear gold because it is not its language. Their soul communicates through silence, feelings, depth. And gold speaks loudly, sharply, demandingly. It does not allow them to be themselves. It is like a spotlight shining in the eyes of a person who sees in the dark. Cancer lives by intuition, and gold burns it. Therefore, it should choose harmony rather than glamour, things that bring coolness, balance, and softness. Because gold is not for those who feel the world with their hearts, but for those who want to show it on the outside.